Hello, Sarah Freeman here, founder and CEO of Kids Arthritis, joined today by Arthur, the Kids Arthritis Bear. Thank you, Arthur, for being here, but thank you for taking the time to watch these videos to learn a little bit more about juvenile arthritis and how to care for the child or children that are in your care in the school or within the community. Now, this next video has specifically been requested by the families to talk about how to talk to a child living with juvenile arthritis. Now, you're possibly thinking right now, I don't need to watch this one because it's stupid. No, stay with me, okay? I promise it will help. Okay, so in the mornings or whenever you see a child, you might say good morning or good afternoon, and you'll say, how are you? Now, the child's going to answer good, fine, okay, like whatever. It's potentially going to say that because it's learned that from adults, because that's what they say. Or they might actually genuinely be feeling good, okay, fine. So that's why they're saying it. If you've got a child living with juvenile arthritis, a way that we like to talk to them and that many other children enjoy as well is if you say good morning or good afternoon and ask good morning, good afternoon, how much pain are you in today? And use it as an open scale. So 1 being no pain and 10 being the worst pain you've ever experienced in your life, which is how the doctors sort of scale it up, but for me and the families particularly anyway. But to be aware that number 1, with juvenile arthritis, you normally, with most children, have this constant pain that's always there and it does not go away. It is so annoying. It is just there, and I talk about that in the other videos. So that's normally like a 1 that you're experiencing that pain, and then maybe you've got a couple of joints that are hurting or some internal organs that are hurting. The way that pain scale would go up, from my experience and the experiences of the children and families we support, is that maybe at nighttime they were in so much pain that they weren't able to sleep, so therefore they've come to school tired and fatigued and they're in pain. Or they might have had their injection or their medication last night or in the morning, and it's reacting with them differently, and so they are feeling a multitude of different emotions and pain and feelings and just everything. Their world might be falling in around them and they just don't want to be there. So it's not just about physical pain, it's about everything else that comes along with that. It's not just the pain of the disease juvenile arthritis itself, but it's also everything else that comes with the medication. And with what has happened the night before or that morning, or what might be happening during the week. They might have an operation coming up, they might have having different medication. Lots of factors change every single day. But what I can share with you in particular, from the children and from the parents and from the carers and from myself as well, from my own experiences, is by asking that really simple question. Sometimes it might be in confidence or private, or it might be something that you just develop one-on-one with that child that you don't do in front of everyone else or where other children can hear, is really important, because it just builds that trust and that you have somewhat of an understanding of what that child is going through. You can even make a number-based system if you would like. So you can build like, okay, what does 1 feel like to you? What does 2 feel like to you? What does 3 feel like to you? What is 10? And so on and so forth. So you've both got this like mutual understanding of the same thing, of what these numbers actually mean. So you can say, good morning, how are you today? And the child can say 5, or the child can say 7, or the child can say 3. And then ask you how you're going. And I'm sure you'll say good, great, or that's excellent, or thank you for sharing that with me. But then you can also follow on with, okay, well, today, are you feeling 5 because you haven't had a good night's sleep, or what has the night before been? And you might have to ask that question in the beginning to build up that trust. But after that, hopefully, after you do that for a while, hopefully the child will just be like, I feel 5 because I had my medication last night and it's making me feel like this, or I have been up all night because I have been in this much pain, or I have been doing this, or I came home from school and I felt like this, or I haven't been able to do this, or like they will then start to share with you more why they will be feeling that particular number. Yeah. So that is probably one of the biggest ways that the parents and the children and the carers like for me to share with the community, is how to talk to the child in that way. Don't ask them, how are you? Develop a pain scale system, especially if you're going to see them like every day at school as well.